Hi. Hi. Can anybody hear me? Can anyone hear me? Hi, welcome, everybody. Let's give few minutes for everybody to join us, like 2 to 3 minutes. Kamara, nice joining us today. Nice seeing you. I didn't see you yesterday. Are you hearing me? Hi. Good afternoon, everyone. I know today is like busy. Today is Martin Luther Day. Today is the president inauguration. Thank you, Ma. Thank you, Emmanuel. Oh my goodness. Nice having you guys here. Rosara, nice to see your beautiful face. Hmm. Okay. I know. I'm like, what happened? But it's nice to have you now. That's what matter. Seeing you here, that's what is important. I just want to give like 1 more minute for a couple of people. Oh, Landro, Landro Machado. Landro, nice having you here. First time seeing you, and I'm happy to have you in our midst. Happy to have you guys in our midst. All the newcomers. We are here every Monday. Though for the past 2 weeks now, last 2 weeks I was supposed to host a live event, but due to one or two things, I was unable to do that. I had to reschedule. Last week again, I rescheduled for last week, and oh, nice meeting you. Someone for Brazil. Nice having you here, sir. So this week, I'm like, let me try and host this program because everybody have been looking forward to meet with us. So we are here live now. Mm. I just want to give like 1 more minute so we can have more people to join then. So I don't get to go back and forth when some people join and they start asking questions. Yeah, just drop in the comment. How is everything going today? Martin Luther Day, that coincides with the president inauguration day. How you feeling it? I don't know. Some people have mixed feeling. I don't want to talk about politics now. So just drop how you're feeling about the whole thing today. While we wait for everybody to join. What are your thoughts? 2025. What does the future hold for us? Everybody in tech. What are your fears? Hmm. Things has been a little bit slow since January, so we hope that after these things, everything will go back to normal. Like we'll start having our jobs, a lot of hiring, a lot of good positions out there. So let's see after this. Uh, okay, Isabella, nice meeting you. Landro, what are you doing? Are you into tech? Are you into tech? Just drop in the comment section. I just wanna Amen. No. Rosella, say everybody is happy about the president inauguration. We are all happy, my sister. Things we only pray that things will be better for us. Mm, yeah. So today we want to be talking. I think I can go ahead. It's like 4, 5, like 10 minutes already. So I think I think we should go ahead and start talking about why we are here today. If you are new here, those who are new here, my name is Ebanga Iben. I'm a senior cloud and DevOps engineer. I help tech professionals to learn their six-figure job in tech. I help with the resume and LinkedIn. I help positioning them correctly. I help with job tips. If you're looking for a job for a long time and you feel weary and tired, like you want to give up, I'm here. I'm like one of your support system. You understand? I'm here to hold your hand and show you the way. So today, I'm sure I always have audio rooms every week, but this is our first audio room, this 2025. I don't think I've had any audio room. No, my last audio room was the 23rd of December or 22nd, like that. So this is our first audio room today since January, especially about the TikTok thing. Yeah, I heard the TikTok is back. I don't know what happened. I was hearing that they'll ban it, but I heard this morning it's back. And then I was trying to use the CapCut app, and they told me it's banned. It's still banned. I tried to use it this afternoon for my YouTube video. It's banned. So I don't know why they released TikTok and they did not release CapCut. Let's put our finger crossed. Hopefully everything will come back to normal. So today our topic is how to position yourself in today's job market, like 2025. What are the things that you should do? How should you position yourself as someone in tech? What should you do? What are the things that you should do? I want to talk about upskilling, networking. Those are all things that have come in place. More networking, upskilling. I don't know since 2024, what's that new skill that you've learned since 2024? I don't want to include 2023. I want to just say 2024 till now. What's that new thing that you've learned? I, for one, I can say I have a couple of things that I've learned. Yeah, I took some Python course to upskill on my Python skill, like real deep, like to go deep. That's what I did 2024. Then 2024, I took some other AI courses. That's my 2024 goals. Then for 2025 now, when the year begins, everybody, the same way we do spiritual goals, we go to church and we set spiritual goals. I believe we should also set professional goals. What are your professional goals in 2025? What are you looking to do? How are you looking to upskills? During interview, they always ask you, how do you keep up to date with new technology? We just started the year. So how do you intend to upskills what you have, the skills that you have? Because as someone in tech, you need to study continuously. Like you need to keep studying, you need to upgrade, you need to keep studying all the time. So we are here to talk about how to position yourself in the job market. Upskilling is number one. Upskill. Try to do a personal search, like try to analyze yourself. Try to have a deep or personal conversation with yourself to see where you're lacking. Like sincerely, if you've been taking interview for a very long time and you don't have a job, you'll be having first round, second round, third round, like you meet the hire manager, you meet the team, you meet the CEO, and then at the end of the day, they still come and tell you that sorry, we are going with another candidate. Have you ever like sit down and think what could really be the problem why they keep dropping me and moving with another person? Because I believe if you have that sincere conversation with yourself, you're gonna realize where you're lacking. So that is how you re-strategize yourself to position yourself properly this 2025. So this January, I'll say the market will open in February because most companies were waiting for today for today to take place. Then they'll start seeing what is happening before they start hiring. So I'll say from 1st of February, a lot of jobs will start being in the market. How have you positioned yourself to be that best candidate? How have you positioned yourself? So I want to talk about upskilling. There are some things that we need to focus on. I don't know if you're a DevOps engineer. There's one thing that if you know how to do it well, you have a job. Infrastructure as code. I don't know how your skill in Terraform is. I don't know if you understand what is modules, Terraform as a whole, you know what is used for. If you search yourself, you see that you are lagging in that area, you should start carrying out some hands-on how to perfect your skills on that area. I want to talk about Kubernetes. Do you understand the architecture of Kubernetes, the various components, the importance of it? How does it originate? What was the lapse? What happened before it? The downfall of Docker, or all those things. You have to understand it and position yourself, because just as a Kubernetes administrator, you have a job. I don't know if you guys know that. Just as a Kubernetes administrator, you have a job. I have a friend who does just Terraform. He works as an infrastructure engineer. He's specializing just on Terraform. He's not good to Kubernetes, so he has a job. So just picking one or two tools and specializing on, like I was saying the other day, someone reached out to me on my LinkedIn and he asked me, Ebanga, I can see you are an architect. I can see you are an engineer. Where is your specialty? For a minute, I was dumbfounded. That comes to show that it's good for as an individual, you should have a specialty. Where is that thing? What is that thing that if they wake you up in the middle of the night, there is a problem in production, there is an issue, you can close your eyes and do that thing without looking, without checking the wrong book. What's that thing? So we all as engineers, we should take a deep dive on those tools, see where your love, where like your heart is. Terraform, Kubernetes, Argo CD, but all these tools depending on where you want to work, because some environment don't use Argo CD, some environment they use just Jenkins, some environment use GitLab Action. So you have to understand those tools. If you don't even understand those tools, why are you in the job market? You have to know why you're in the job market. And if they say, Isabella, Rosara, um, um, what do you think we should do in this situation, like in a scenario-based situation? What will you suggest if you go into an environment and the hiring manager said, in this environment, developers have access to the production environment, and I do not want that. I want them to always send a request, a release request. I have to go through it. I approve it before deployment is being taking place. What will you do as a DevOps engineer? So you have to understand those scenarios. If they give you a cost scenario, will you be able to analyze that scenario and give them suggestion based on the scenario? So you have to understand what you're doing. You have to know your tools. You have to know your concept. If you don't know your concept, sorry for you. You'll be lacking, and I'll say that manager will not have faith in you. So how to position yourself in the job market 2025? I want each and everyone to search and see where they are lacking. I promise you, to upskill, it will not take up to 2 weeks. If you know you are lacking in Linux costs max 2 to 3 weeks to brush it. Like sacrifice some hours to brush those skills, brush it real quick. Terraform, brush it real quick. Monitoring tools. I don't know what you're using in your environment. I don't know the kind of environment that you want to work. We talk about Prometheus, Grafana, AirStack, if it's AWS, CloudWatch, CloudTrade. Have you ever set those tools? Those are monitoring tools I use in the environment. New Relic for application performance monitoring. You can use New Relic. Have you ever tried those tools? So if you call yourself an engineer, those are the things that you should take a deep dive into, so that during your interview, you will not be lost. You'll know what you're talking about. You come out with 4 to 5 stories to talk about. You can talk about a security use case, DAS, SaaS. Those are all monitoring that you do in the environment. You can talk about Prometheus. You can talk about Grafana. You can talk about Datadog. If you have experience with Dynatrace, that's something that I've caught my interest. We don't use it in my environment, but I'm working on that because it's a very, very, very nice tool that surpasses, like, it's a more advanced tool for monitoring if you use it. It comes with a lot of functions. So when I discovered that tool, I started working on it. I don't use it in my environment. We use Splunk in my environment. So those are all monitoring tools I'm calling here. You have to understand these tools, not that you go in an environment and they are mentioning those tools and you are lost doing your one-on-one with your higher managers, doing your bi-weekly or weekly meeting. I don't know what you'll be having. You understand? So you have to understand these tools, and when you're coming into an interview, you're coming in like a professional that you are. The way you explain the situation, it will be very, very professional, that the person who is interviewing you will not have any doubt, like if this person has worked or not. Those are the things I want to say here. So after upscaling, I want to talk about networking. Everybody that is here, please follow them on LinkedIn. Network with them. Networking. I don't know how you do your application. If you apply on LinkedIn, after sending your application, Google the company, go on people, go to the website, choose people. You see those, everybody. You want to choose people, you can choose DevOps, enable people. You can choose cloud solution architect, you put people. Cyber reliability, put people. Whatever thing that you're applying for. Then the list of all those who are working on that company, on that particular role will pop up. And you want to start by maybe hierarchy. You want to check the hiring manager. You want to check the VP of that role, of that department, because every department have their VP. So you want to check them out and send a personalized email. If you don't have their email address, you can use apollo.io. That will give you that. There are so many AI tools that you can extract somebody email address from the internet and send them a personalized email. Write to them, hi, how are you doing? I saw this job at your company. I'm interested in it. Can you tell me a little bit about it? Believe me, they will grant you room for conversation. If you want to ask for referral, go ahead and ask for referral. You want to request for the hire manager information, you request for the hire manager information. So 2025, that is how you should position yourself. That is how you should start doing application. Don't just go and apply 1, 2, and you close your laptop and you're gone. Then you call me and tell me I did 20 application, 40 application, 50 application, and yet no interview. Right? So if you don't follow up after your application, most times they don't come back to you. And if you apply, what do? You stay alert. Because when you apply, LinkedIn notify you when someone view your resume. I don't know if you've noticed that. LinkedIn notify you, I have it here. LinkedIn notify you when someone view your resume. When someone download your resume, LinkedIn notify you. So when you see that, when you get that message that someone has downloaded your resume, what do? You move straight, you send an email to the person. Send an email to the person telling them, thank you. I just see that you view my profile. I'm really, really interested, blah, 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 blah. And I believe that is where a conversation will begin. Those who follow up. It shows that you pay attention to little details. Because for him to view your profile, and I'll say most, especially when they download it, LinkedIn shows you that it shows you when you apply, when you submit, when someone view, and when it was downloaded. Just go to my notification. Go to that place, and you see those messages there. So you DM the person, if it's on LinkedIn, DM them that you are interested in this role. You can even introduce yourself, tell them what you're bringing to the table if they hire you. So I want to pause here. If anybody have a question, please just drop it on the chat and I'm going to answer it. If you have any doubt, just drop it on the chat. Please share this so that someone can join and benefit from it. Just share it. Just reshare so that someone can join and know that this is going on. Yeah, if you have a question, just write it on the chat. Yeah. So those are the things I want us to do this 2025. Upscaling, networking, thirdly, being intentional. It's like some people, when they're looking for a job, they have another thing that they are doing. Like job search is their number 5 priority. It's not even the second. So if you're working, it's okay. So your job should be your number 1 priority. So your job search should be your second priority. Like you should be intentional about getting a job. How will you be intentional? You're intentional about getting a job by showing up every day on LinkedIn, applying for those jobs. Even if you're not having feedback, keep applying. Applying for those jobs, just apply and apply and apply and apply. If you see a job description, not all the job description you take and fix in your resume. It just depends, because the way I make resume, or I make my resume is, if I see 10 jobs, I can apply for eight of those jobs with my one resume, or 7. I can only update 2 of them. That's when that particular job really caught my attention. So I'll upgrade my resume and I apply. But if you're serious about applying, there are so many job sites. There are so many. We have Flex Job. We have Angelis. I don't know if most of you know about that one. Angelis too is one of my favorite. Angelis is now called Well Found, well found, as in well and then found. That's one of the best sites to look for remote work. So there are startup sites where you can easily get jobs. Nice to join from Cameroon. Yeah, Isabella, nice meeting you. We have Udemy. I don't really, Udemy, sorry, Indeed. I don't really use Indeed because most jobs from Indeed, when I used to before, they always send you link to do coding. So I don't like to apply there because you end up you do coding and they're looking for what they're looking for is a developer. You will not qualify and then they'll start telling you. So 99% of where I get job is LinkedIn. We have Glassdoor. We have there are so many. I'll drop it on the link there, but there are so many sites for remote job. The ones I'm telling you are the ones that I've used. Even Google itself. Just go on Google, like Google Chrome, type the job, type the name, and if it is remote, put it there. And press enter. You get thousands of jobs because most of those jobs, they post it on Google. They post it on what's those other sites again? I have them. They're on my page there. I post the other day 100 remote site that they are hiring. So there are so many sites that you can apply for job. But I, for one, I like LinkedIn because LinkedIn is like a face me, face you platform. LinkedIn is an environment where if you see a job, you can even reach out to the recruiter and the recruiter can respond like immediately. I can tell you this morning I applied for a job and the person reached out to me few minutes later, like 5 minutes later. Maybe because of today's holiday, people are not applying. So immediately I apply. 5 minutes later, the person reached out to me. So that's my own a good side of LinkedIn. You can attend an audio room like this. You can meet an hiring manager here and you DM the person and the person DM you, respond to you back. But with this other side, you apply like the Angel is where you apply, they tell you you have to wait for like 2 weeks to get a response. Though sometimes those people respond earlier than 2 weeks. But LinkedIn is that only platform that to me it's more realistic because it's a professional platform. You meet people day and night there. So I'll suggest, yeah, Dice, Monster. Dice is full of Indians. If you don't want Indians to call you like every second, don't put your information on Dice. But if you want to have calls, maybe you're just coming from boot camp and you want to have the experience, what it means to have calls, interview calls, put your information on Dice. On a daily basis, I used to have 50 to 70 calls. And the trick is, if you're on LinkedIn, I don't know if you guys do that, revamp your profile every weekend or every 2 weeks max. So every weekend, take out your resume and put it back. The following Monday, you will see recruiters will start reaching out to you. So that's why it is advisable to do application because let me explain to you how LinkedIn algorithm work. I really want to go into this. LinkedIn algorithm work when you are active on the platform. It knows that people want your information or your data. So the more you are active, the more it pushes your information to the public. So if you do application like what I'm saying, if you change your resume on a Sunday night, Monday morning, your information will be on top of like the new data. And that's how recruiters, immediately they are searching you, they'll start finding you first before any other person. You can experience it on by yourself, you can experience it. Stay for like 1 month and you don't change your profile. And then the next 1 month, start updating it every 3 days or every weekend. What I do is every weekend. The weekend you update your profile, like you make a new resume and put it and just touch little things on your profile, you have more calls than when you don't do anything. So that's just a secret. That's a secret. You have to be on LinkedIn applying. Then now, how to position yourself again on LinkedIn is 2025 over the job market is number 4, number 5. Knowing when to apply. Most of you don't know when to apply. The best time, everybody, we are in different states. I, for one, 10 o'clock works for me. Because 8 o'clock, you can't get up and you apply at 8, you will see just old jobs. 8 o'clock, people are still driving to the office. 8 o'clock, those who are working remotely, they are just joining. And if you are working or you sign in, the first thing you're checking your emails, you might be having a meeting in the morning. So jobs that are available can start coming around 9:30, 10 or 11 before break time. So that's best time for you to apply. Another best time to do application is during 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. when they're about to close. If somebody resign, by the end of the day, they might be needing somebody really quick, and by the end of the day, they might be dropping those jobs out there. So try to apply to the 3 times a day. I do when I really, really need a job, I apply 4 to 5 times a day. I apply at night, I apply in the morning, I apply during lunch, I apply in the evening, I apply in the midnight. So when you apply during those periods, you will be going into LinkedIn every 1 to 2 hours. I go onto LinkedIn every 1 hour. So it gives me the possibility to see jobs 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute after they were being posted. So when you see those fresh jobs and you apply to those jobs, behold, a recruiter will reach out to you within the next 30 minutes and send you and book an interview with you. That's number 1 secret. Yes, Tanya, Tabi, what's your question? Put your question. So that's another point I wanted to talk about, how you apply. Don't just go about applying. Another thing, make sure sacrifice with your premium. LinkedIn is business. I don't know if you guys know. Those who post jobs, they pay for those jobs. They pay huge sum of money. I was talking with a hiring manager 2 weeks ago, and he said what they are doing is not nice because when they pay for jobs, I think I have that article somewhere, that he never knew that they are hidden jobs. I don't know if you've ever heard about hidden jobs. So when companies pay for jobs, they gave you a particular amount of time, say a week, say 2 days. So you pay as you go. It's like pay as you go service, like cloud. You pay what you use. So if they say 1 week is $5,000, after 1 week, if they don't have clients like candidates, they will shut down those jobs. They will remove it. They will deactivate it. But those jobs are still there. So the hiring manager was telling me he never knew that that's how LinkedIn works. That he's still looking for candidates, but within 2 weeks or within 1 week, those jobs, an automated message just appeared that we no longer accept application for this role. I don't know if you've seen that. So he was explaining to me that it's not from their site, it's from LinkedIn. Right? So, and there's a way, the best way not to see those jobs is to go directly to the company. I don't know if I'm making sense. When you go directly to the company, you might see them there on their website. But why it's showing here that they no longer accept application for those roles? So that's how it works. So for somebody to post a job on LinkedIn, they pay money for that. That is why you have to do everything possible to pay for your premium, because those who pay for premium are the first person to see those jobs. That's why sometimes you see me, I post jobs. I post jobs because I see them, they come to my feed 2 minutes ago. I don't need them. And then I know that my community need them. I will just reshare it, I will repost it like 5 minutes ago. Sometimes if I'm less busy, I send it to some of my community persons that apply for this job. I don't need it. And when they go down, like they just drop this job, go and apply really quick. And when you apply really quick, first two, by like the first 10 persons, you will always get a call back. That's another strategy for you to start receiving callbacks as fast as possible. Have your premium and apply to those jobs immediately they are being posted. Then you follow up with an email. You have to be on your toes if you're looking for a job. Like if you are crying or walking while looking for a job, I don't know what you were doing in 2024. 2025, please, if you were crying, start walking. If you're walking, start running. If you're running, start flying. I don't know the last thing I want to say. If you start flying, like take it serious and put in the hours. I can't emphasize this enough. If you put in the hours, you see it. You have interviews. Please, if you have a question, just drop your question on the comment section and I'll answer it for you. Let me see. Tanya, you say you have a question. Let me, what's the question? Somebody send me. What's the question? Mm. What's the question? Another point I want to talk here is AI. Do you like prompting? If you don't like prompting, start loving it because AI has come to stay. AI is not going nowhere. AI has come to stay. You have to start integrating AI in your job search. There is an app they call Massive on Google. That when you go on Google and you type Massive, the thing will pop up and you put your information. It applies for like 1 or 200 jobs for you at the same time. You just need to schedule it. That's AI. You understand? So make use of AI. Make use of AI prompting to help you in your job search, to enhance your resume, to enhance your LinkedIn, to summarize your LinkedIn profile, to summarize your about section. If you want to type it by yourself, it will take you forever. If you use AI, it will make your life to be so easy. So 2025, we all should incorporate AI into our job search. Incorporate AI into your day-to-day activity. Whatever you're doing, incorporate it there. It will make your life very, very easy. It will reduce the rate at which you have burnout. You understand? So AI, I will say like mid like August, mid 2024 or early 2024. When I see roles, I remember some good recruiters, they'll reach out to me. You are qualified for this role? Can you send me a resume? I'll just look at it. I'm like AI. I don't pay attention to it, and they'll be paying so well, like 250, 300, right? But because I was thinking I was not qualified, I don't have AI expertise. I didn't apply. But there is nothing there. It's just something that when you go, they'll train you. So if you want to have a good pay, you want to leave that small pay that you're making. If you're working in the what you're making, you're not earning well, you will need to start learning AI so that it will help you stand out. You have to understand the job market. What's going on? What's the latest? Yeah, when it comes to clearance, I always talk about clearance. When it comes to clearance, first thing first, okay, man. When it comes to clearance, it just depends on if you are going for a federal role, they'll need you to be a citizen. If you don't have citizen, don't even apply for those roles because don't waste your time. If you have a green card, there are some roles that just need you to have security clearance. There are some it just depends on the level of clearance or security that they are looking for. So most at time, if you want to be on a safer side, you go to the military. Or if you're already in the military, you are coming out, at least you have that clearance because the government, the military always does that for you. So you don't have any problem to worry about that one. But You don't need to have a clearance when you're not a citizen, because most of those jobs they require you to be a citizen before the clearance can becomes before any other thing. So if you know that you're not a citizen, focus on having your citizenship first before thinking of clearance. So it just depends. What level of clearance are you talking about? Is it like background check or top security? If it is top security, I would say that one you have control over it, because those whatever role you're going for, you find out, ask them if it require clearance. If they say yes, tell them you don't have it. Though some company can do it for you, or you ask them if they are ready to do it, pay for you, and you do it. That you have a clean background. So if that being said, the another clearance that we talk about is background check. One of my students who had a job 3 days ago, she just called me concerning her background check. So when you get a job, if you're coming from boot camp, to me, put just where you study. Your one company is enough. Mark should be 2. If you not work, just put 2. So you can always say, but I'll talk about that one. We're gonna fix that one. You can always say this one company is your end client, then the other company is a contractor or your contractor company. Or best, just put one company. Tell them, like the school, tell them this is where you've worked. Then you always have someone, let me say me, to do background check, or anybody that you have that can do background check for you. So that's another form of clearance. That if you have a job, you don't have. I had like 2 students 2 to 3 months ago that had jobs, but they did not. They were unable to resume those roles because the background check was not clear. So you should always know what you put on your resume, how you put them, how you talk about them during the interview. To be safe, just tell them all the companies on your resume are your end client. Because if you say they are your contracting firm, then at the end of the day, that particular company is unable to verify you, you lose your job. I don't know if you know about that. So it is always safe to say the companies on your resume are your end client. Then when they say who contracted you, you can reach out to, it's a public place, you can reach out to some, now your contracting firm can come up and fill the form. Any contracting firm can come up and fill the form and do clearance for you. But if you go into the interview, they ask you, who hire you? You call the company on your resume. And then it's more than 2 years. Contract are 1.5. One mark should be 1 and 9 months, which is 19 months. Anything above 2 years is permanent. Okay, so be mindful the way you put the companies on your resume. I don't know if you're not clear yet, please. I don't want people. So I was just on phone. I was on phone with somebody. I fear she might not get that resume that job. I don't want you struggling to do it, application, do your interview, then just for clearance or background check, you are unable to do that. I should understand if you are going for a leadership role, they will do findings at your university. If you are from Cameroon, they will do it in Cameroon. If you're from Nigeria, they will go to your university and go and find out. That happened to me. When I got my offer letter in July, or June 25th, I was to resume on the 5th or on the 6th after 2 weeks, something like that. But they needed to do background check from the school, and the person that was supposed to clear me went for vacation in South Africa. That's how I was pushed forward till I resumed in August 6th, 1 month after. So they don't play. Mine was because it's a senior role. Some people just want to see your certificate, the degree or the bachelor degree certificate, that's it. But some company will want verification. They will go to the school and call. And if you're not sure, don't say anything. It's like when they say if the police hold you, lawyer will tell you the police hold you. say you have a right to remain silent. Don't say whatever thing that you know you cannot back up, because you will lose that job. And you know, to have a job is very hard. Yeah. Let me answer this question. So I've talked about, yeah. Okay, I've talked about clearance. Can you help me with a link or a platform where I can learn Linux and AI? Are you on LinkedIn, ma? If you're on LinkedIn, you just go to the search bar, type AI foundation course. Start with the 1 hour, 2 hours, then you start going. The last certification I had there was 10 to 12 hours on AI. I don't want you to start with that one if you're not used to. So the first thing you want to do is to type AI course or go to Coursera, go to IBM. Those courses in IBM is like $40, $30. I don't know. Go to Udemy. There are courses there for $10, $8. But LinkedIn, if you pay your premium for $39, just go on the search bar on LinkedIn and type AI Foundation, and also type um, Linux Foundation. There are so many of those things there. Type Linux Foundation, you'll see those courses will pop up. And then when it come up, choose course. Just choose courses. You can try it while I'm talking right now. Just choose courses. Go on LinkedIn search bar, type AI Foundation. When you type AI Foundation, a list of things will come out: people, job, time, whatsoever, companies. Choose course, just school left and right, select courses. And when you select courses, all those LinkedIn courses will come out. Or you go to LinkedIn Learning, that's another way. So when you go there, you see so many courses. Just choose whatever you want to study. You study it, and then it will give you certification, and then you put it on your LinkedIn. Joseph. Joseph say, how to craft. Isabella, I hope this question answers your answer your question. Rosara said, how to craft your resume if you are currently unemployed. A hiring manager concerns about, yes, when you have a lot of spacing on your resume. How long have you been unemployed? Put it, if you're a mother, put it motherhood. Say you had a baby, nothing will happen. Say you have a baby, nothing will happen. Just put something, or say self-employed. You were doing something. I don't think any human being is unemployed. Because right now, if I'm not working, I would say I was self-employed. I take care of my 4 kids. That's a lot of work. I'm a mother, I'm a wife. So that's work. You can be doing volunteer service. You can put something. Don't you go to church, put volunteer service. You were helping the homeless. You were doing something. You were mentoring, teaching some little children at school. You took a mental break. There are so many ways you can. All right. There are so many ways you can answer that or put that on your resume. But Rosella, we're gonna work on that. We're gonna fix that. Don't worry. Okay. Joseph says, do the background check will be for school or companies? Okay, that's a good question, Joseph. It can both side. It can both side. One, there is one they do it consumer reports. If you've worked, anybody before knows that. The one is consumer reports. It's like, I don't know if recently you've gone to open an account in a new bank. They always check your credit. And how do they check your credit? They run consumer reports to see if you are owing, if you're bad, or you don't pay your debt on time, right? If you don't pay your debt on time, that's not only the problem. You might neglect some payment, or you had an account, you even forget to pay. Not that you are not able to pay. You understand? Then now the company will flag you. So they call it consumer report. So when you go to the bank to open Bank of America, when you go to open an account there, they will run it that same day. They will tell you, if you're not qualified, they will tell you it's not their fault, but the consumer report did not come out clean. So the same with companies that are hiring. They will do you consumer report. The consumer report is to check if you've been in the US for real. Some companies will check at the IRS, some will not. But that consumer report, it depends on the third party. Various companies use various bodies. Like last year, I worked with two companies. One of them used something else during their background check. Another person, my current company, used another body. They were totally different. Now, they're doing the other company when I started in January. What happened? Within 2 hours, he said my background check passed. That was my first time when my background check just passed early. Why this current company took 6 weeks to do background check. So there are two types. You have educational background check and you have work experience background check. So if anybody have like a man where you have anything to add on it on the chat for them to be more clarified on this, you can drop it. But those are the two background check that I know. Then when it comes to federal jobs, they're gonna do you IRS background check. They will dig you. They will dig you if you're having what do they call it? If you have tickets, if you run the red lights, if you're having late payment on your electric bills, it's crazy. I was talking to one of my students who had a job that was even Scrum. She said, Miss Rose, they dig me up. They doc everything concerning me, and it will come out. They will send a report to you. You will see wherever you've worked. If you've done HHA, everything will pop up. You understand? Everything will pop up. So some companies, they overlook those things. I had one of my big friend, Paul. He told me once he's in the military, and he told me he got a job that sees. Can you imagine that my company found out I didn't work somewhere, but they overlooked it? He's coming from the military. So they find out that he put some company, but they overlooked it. He told me. So some company will overlook it, especially if you don't have any criminal background check, any criminality going on, they'll overlook it. But some, if they say I is I, if they say T is T, they cut the dots, they put the dot, they cut the T's. So that's just it. So we have to, if you know your credit is not good, not that if you have a bad credit, don't have a job. I'm just saying, if you know your credit is not good, don't go for federal jobs. And to be on the safer side, leave federal jobs alone. You go for federal jobs when you're a citizen. You go for federal jobs where you know you're sure if they do your background check, those things will be clear. If you've not worked for real in tech, don't go for federal jobs. Start with startup company. Build your portfolio. We build portfolio in everything we do. Okay? You build your portfolio in everything you do. Don't only build portfolio because you want to get a job. Build portfolio. Start from fresh. If you are just coming from boot camp, put 2 years. My very first time I applied for, they have that interview, that resume somewhere. I'll put it. And anybody who is a freshman, go to F5. I had 1 year experience. I just put it. That was my first resume I made on tech. And I just put it. I wanted to just try and see if somebody will even call me. I put 1 year. Behold, the hiring manager book an interview with me. So if you are looking for a startup place to go and work, try F5. I will give them credit any day, anytime. I still appreciate the fact that the hiring manager had just 5 bullet points on that resume. Just one company, 5 bullet points. I didn't even know what I was doing. That was a long time ago. Here, the hiring manager reached out to me. Okay. So reach out to those. If you know you're not too sure, put 1-2 years there. Start taking those interviews. Understand the job market. It's just like job market is just like marriage, where you get married the very first time. Everything look new. I'm into it now for like 9 years. I can tell you when I started, I didn't really know much. But as I go into it, there are some things I'm like, my piece is too sweet for anybody to disturb. You understand? So that's how job market is. Job market is same like driving. I remember too when I started, I'll hold a car like this. This is how I'll stand. And I'll be going as if the car will fall. But now I'm driving and I'm talking and I'm even relaxing. I'm driving everybody and relaxing. So the more, if you those who have taken road tests here, the first day you'll be shaking, they'll say stop here, make a left turn, right turn. The second time you're going for your road test, it will not be the same. The third time you're going for your road test or your practice, it will not be the same. So everything in life is practice, practice, practice. And please don't stay one place saying, I'm applying and the jobs are not coming. Let me go and do something else. And then I'll come and apply for one until I have an interview. No, keep applying. Set a goal. I want to set everybody here. February, start applying. Apply until do like 500 to 1,000 applications. Do something that you've never done in your career before, in your IT career before. Like if you've never applied for 100 job, 2025, position yourself. Do all the strange things that you need to do to get a job. So do those applications. Take those numerous interviews. Now the person I'm talking about, yeah, she could not take interview. She could not have one. And when she have it, she could not scale even recruiter interview. Do you know interviews are in phase? I have that in my ebook. You start with recruiter, you meet the hire manager, and let me explain a little bit more. If you apply directly to the company, right? The first interview, there are two types of first interview. If you don't know them, you fail. So if you apply directly to the company website, the first interview you're having is from the hire manager. Try it and come and testify. But if you apply like Easy Apply, the first interview will be recruiter. Because recruiters get those jobs, post them on their page. When you apply, they will be the one to screen those application, make a call with you. We call those one logistic calls. The call to find out, confirm where you are, who you are. Sometimes everyone will see you on the video, where you are, who you are, your location, your zip code, your amount of money, your salary expectation. Those, we call them logistic calls. But those ones are the recruiter calls. Good. But if you apply, I've missed up. I'll tell you, few like a month ago or 3 weeks ago, I applied directly. I didn't even know he's a hire manager. Then when he came on, he's a hire manager. He just said 15 minutes. I know it's a recruiter call. I didn't even, he said turn on your video. I didn't turn on my video. I know maybe it's a recruiter call and I can scale all those, so you understand. So we started talking. He just had to tell me a little bit on what I've done. Then sometimes I go and tell them, can you tell me about yourself? That's how you operate, okay? You have to take the ball by the horn. You have to be so bold. If really you're working, you are that senior, you should know what you're doing. So he said I should tell him about myself. And I do the little bit about me. And I said, can you tell me about yourself, a little bit more about you? He said, oh my goodness, excuse my manners. Then he started saying that he's a hiring manager. I was perplexed. I don't know if you're understanding. That interview took like 30 minutes to 45 minutes. So what I'm saying here that is, you should be very, very vigilant. You should be alert. You should know the difference between a recruiter call and a hiring manager call. And how do you know all those things? From the interview link, the Zoom link. Always go and Google who is interviewing you. It will come there if it's a hiring manager, if it's a VP, if it's a recruiter. Even if it's a recruiter, some they call them executive recruiter and technical recruiters. So before I round on, let me differentiate between the technical recruiters. Technical recruiters are someone like me or like you who have worked in the field. They are engineers, then they decided to become recruiters. Maybe they are retiring and they decided to become recruiters. See, when you meet those one, you need to scale up. You need to be ready. If not, you lose that first round. Some people say, it's just first one. No, you have to understand the kind of first one you're going into. So if it's a technical recruiter, prepare. If not, you lose that call because they will ask you technical questions. And then some of those recruiters, they can be pre-prepared 10 to 15 questions that the hiring managers have given them to come and interview you. You don't bluff with those calls. If you don't speak with confidence, they will not move you forward. So I'll round up by just explaining the various type of interviews. So you have those recruiters call. And now on those recruiters, I explain all this on my ebook. And on these recruiter calls, we call them gatekeepers. How do you bypass those gatekeepers? You might be as smart as someone who goes to the moon. right? But if a recruiter does not like you, you will not pass him, he or she. Okay. So how do you bypass gatekeeper to meet your CEO or hiring managers? First, you have to be nice. Like where I'm working, when the very first time she reached out to me, when we started talking, I diverted our conversation. I started asking, interviewing her. I asked her, "How are you today?" I'm like, "How do you even manage this customer service call that you talk with so many people in a day?" And she almost broke down in tears. She said she's having cold, her eyes are running, but since she had an appointment with me, she just needed to have this conversation. So I had to show some empathy. I'm like, "Oh, have you taken some hot water? After this call, try garlic and ginger, drink it." She said, "Oh, I've never tried that before. I'm gonna try." I didn't even know. I said, "No." I said, "Where I come from, that is what we take when we have runny nose." So there is a way you interact with the recruiter. He will give your resume to the top person. He will cross you. So you have to understand all those tricks. If you don't understand all those tricks, that is why you keep staying one place. You have a recruiter call, you don't know how to handle. You have to be strategic. So it's like we are running out of time. We definitely, there's a lot. I don't know. Even if I want to write a book, I don't think I'll finish. So there is a lot you have to know. When you understand all this move and you position yourself rightly to have a job, you can take 2 weeks to have a job. 2 weeks. I've talked to somebody within a week, 8 days, they hire me. Contractor, he's a CEO of his company. He reached out to me. He was flying. We just talk on phone. He said, "Okay, when I fly back, 15 minutes, we're gonna talk, book a calendar, book a time on my calendar. I book a 30-minute calendar. When we meet, we start talking. He's in Las Vegas. We started talking about New York. 15 minutes, gone. He has 2 boys. I have three kids. And how you doing with parenting? He's a single, though I'm married. We started talking. I started giving some things like he's having difficulties. 15 minutes was gone. It was remaining 15 minutes. He asked me about Ingress. How do I do Kubernetics? He just asked me on Kubernetics 2 to 3 questions, and he asked me when am I ready to start. That's the person I said. I'm saying this is public something. He can hear. I'm not lying. That's the person I always say this to. That's the person I said, "Okay, when are we doing the technical interview?" And he told me your LinkedIn took the rest of the interview for you. He said he has been following me for a very long time. He sees all the things I post. So that's another way you have to re-strategize yourself, position yourself, be visible. I don't know if you guys know how to do LinkedIn Live, what I'm doing. Connect with your friends, host each other, say something. What do you like to do? Just start doing something on LinkedIn to be visible, okay? You have to be visible. So those are the various type of interviews. You have the recruiters, you have the hiring managers, that will send you to the team meeting, then maybe you meet the CEO, then you have behavioral. I explain all of those steps on my ebook that by God grace I'll pre-launch next week. Yeah. So those are the things I wanted to talk about, how you can position yourself, be up to date, listen to news every day, hear what they are saying. Like right now, there's a lot going on about AI. There's a lot going about salary. If you've observed compared to last year, the salary are a little bit up this year. Last year, by this time, people reach out to you telling you they'll give you $40, $35 an hour for DevOps engineer. But now it's different. Someone just reached out to me about a job, telling me 120 to come on site. I told him 190, even though you should get somebody else. That's how bold you should be when you're looking for a job. The way you speak, you should be confident. The way you speak, the way you answer your questions, and how you are ready. If somebody reach out to you, "I have this job for you," ask them question. How soon do you want to fill this role? How many rounds of interview do you have for this role? Is there any clearance needed? Is there any coding? Don't go and sit there because you're excited like one newbie and you make them to know that this one. You be the one asking them question and they'll move your profile faster because they know you're on an old school, you know what you're doing, you know what you're saying. You tell that you don't want to waste your time. That is why you're asking them this question. You are just doing some housekeeping because if this role is not a good fit for you, you should go and look for somebody. That is how I want you to position yourself. Okay? Build an authority in this platform. Lastly, the first call is the most confident one because it determines, yes, of course, If you miss that first call, my brother and sister, you've missed it. See that CEO? If recruiter does not allow you to sit there, no matter what you do, okay, you have first class in computer science, in AI, you will not see them. So know how to navigate them, be nice to them, speak softly and calmly after the recruiter call. Ask them how they are doing, ask them about your family, tell them with a video, tell them I like your shirts, I like your hairstyle. I always deal with them psychologically. I'll tell them, oh my goodness, I love your eyes, I love your hair. You look so pretty. I like your lipstick. Come and see those lady. One lady laughed until she spilled her coffee. She said, Rose, look at what you've done to me. I'm like, I got you where I wanted. So that is how you leave lasting solutions, lasting memories on people's head. Immediately they leave and they are moving on. When you leave an interview and they're telling you, I will take your profile to the higher manager and see if they like it, just know that recruiter does not like you. So each time you're going, hopping into a call, start thinking, how will I make this person? What do I need to do to make this person push me forward? Somebody who likes you, I've taken interview first one, and on that interview, they're asking me, what is your schedule like for the next 1 week? That's why you know you're on the game. And until then, you need to look for someone to you need to look for someone to help you out. So I think I've said a lot here. I think we should all know when you put in your resume, you are working somewhere and you are not, you'll find out. Yeah, it just depends. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it depends how you say your things. Okay. Even if you're not working there, if you put there that you're working, tell them you are a contractor. Nobody will Google with contractor. Contractor in my company, contractors, they are not in our database. They are not in our team. They are not in our Slack. They are not in the company workers. They are not there. So nobody will go and verify you. This is a public place. I think let's stop for now. If it's a contract, they will not verify you. So always put that it's a contract. If it's a contract, put that it's a contract. If it is when it's a permanent role, then that should be a permanent role. But there are still ways around it. Okay. Joseph, it was nice seeing you today. Roselia, it was nice having you. Emmanuel, Isabella, thank you guys for showing up. I really had a good time. I think. Any more question? I think I want to wind up now. Yeah, so I always round up. I talk about I have my mentoring program that I do. So if you're looking for a job, you want more of where this is coming from, let me know, DM me, I send you my website, you're gonna sign in and you're gonna register. And then I can start working with you to see how I can improve in your job set, see how I can help you get a job faster, work on you with your interview preparation, see how I can help you increase your salary. I don't know what you're making right now. So I help with skill mapping, resume, LinkedIn, job application strategy, how to position yourself, public speaking, how to say yourself. Come on. Come, let me teach you how to do all those things. So let's close for today, please. We'll see you next week. If nobody have a question, I'd like to close the meeting for today. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm closing them. Mama Isabella, you're welcome. Any more questions, DM me, okay? Roselia, see you later in the evening, Mama. Joseph, thanks for coming. I'm still waiting for you. I'll count 5 down from 5 to 1, then I'll end up the room. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I just want to say thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Those who joined from YouTube, those who joined from LinkedIn, I really appreciate you having you here today. I look forward to you guys next time. Bye.